Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is OddOneGaming and this is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So today I have decided, guys, to show you the testing that I've done with a few teams on this rotation of Hydra. Everybody hates it, it's an annoying content, it's hard, it's RNG and you know, all of that. And honestly, that's part of the reason why I haven't tried more to, you know, find more ideas and try and release more content about it for higher levels, because it's one, it's champion intensive, two, it's gear intensive, and three is resources intensive. What I mean by that is, I mean the fact that in order to min-max the teams that I have on my account, I need to use a lot of silver. I've mentioned this before in the previous videos, but I'm not an official content creator right now. That means I don't get any free resources from anybody. So all the resources that I'm using, if it's gems, if it's silver, if it's whatever, all the resources that I use are resources that come that I have to purchase or grind myself. So everything comes out of my pocket and I don't get paid for doing this in any shape, way or form. And with Hydra specifically, if you think about it, like every single champion that you have to regear, it costs at least 1 million silver. So if we think about trying to have 3 teams of 6 people every week, that's around, let's put that one team you already have built, okay? Let's leave the other 2. That's a minimum of 12 million silver to regear 12 champions to have ready for Hydra every single week. And with having all the champions, like trying to have doubles of them, for example, for like royal guards or for like HP burners and whatnot, you always try to keep your best gear on all of your champions because of the way that the whole of the system works, and because of the difficulty of Hydra. It's really hard. So if you wanna push higher than just hard, you have to get insane gear and, like, you know, on the best champions and always have the best thing on it. And that's just regearing. So I'm not even talking about trying to level up gear or maxing or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I will play you the video of my run, because I managed to do on Hydra yesterday. I was tweaking and playing around with stuff. I wanted to actually, you know what, the reason here, I was trying to play with Mithrala. See, I was like, okay, since I got her by focusing on doing a little bit of to get a chest from each and every one of these, I tried to focus so I can get, you know, all the fragments as much as I could, so I could get her. And now that I got her, I was like, okay, let me try and test her alongside Rel and see the power of Hex, because, you know, Hex is good against the Head of Mischief because it allows you to target him. So I was trying to find a way to get a team to play Mithrala and a Hex champion, which is Rel, that can be what's her face, Thea as well, and see what they did. And actually, after testing for like 4 or 5 hours, I found the right combination of champions that actually work here. So what I'm going to do is I will play you the recording, show you how my run actually went, and like how I focused it. Obviously I'm gonna speed it up because it was a 30-minute run, but I will speed it up and then I will come back at the end and I will show you the the builds that I had on them, and obviously explain what I focused on it. So see you in a bit, everyone. and we are back. So as you've seen, this team, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I have tried this team only like 2 times. So I only tried this team 2 times to before it actually worked, and I got this RNG. Like you see, the damage was really close to that wonky HUD, which is 20.4 million, but it looked pretty reliable and it looked decent, and we got some kind of bad RNG by getting the Wrath out as well. So this team, in my opinion, can is a team that can do for me almost always wonky hard on this rotation. And the way that I try to use this is I try to use as little of the champions that I would use on my best key as possible. My next goal, for example, for this team is try to take out Lydia and bring somebody else and still keep that one key, because my ninja, the HP burn strategies always work for normal and for hard. For those 2 difficulties, HP burn does more damage overall than enemy max HP, at least from the testing that I have done and what I've seen. And it's more efficient because it's consistent damage overall. The enemy max HP is it can lose some damage because of affinity. So for example, on this rotation, your Royal Guard faces 2 force affinities, which are the ones in the middle, and he can weak hit, so you can lose some damage there. But it's still really good when we're talking about hard difficulties, when we're talking about brutal and nightmare. So like I said, my tactic here was trying to use Mithrala with Ruel, which honestly Ruel did quite a considerable amount of damage, 4.7 million from somebody that's like, you know, it's he just has Hex. He just has a Hex damage and the A1. I had him in a Savage and a Cruel set from a previous video. I just changed the chest so he wouldn't die as easily. And he did pretty good damage compared to like the HP burns, which obviously are the best ones. We have Mordecai with 4.4 million and then Ninja with 8 million, which obviously he does from exploding it. Everybody else is just to support. Godseeker's there for the heals, for the revives, and for her A2 to like reduce the duration if we have skills stolen. Lydia, again, we have there for the same thing, decrease defense, weaken, so she's sort of more like an enabler. And at the same time, because we have Lydia in there with Mithrala, she helped me put the block buffs on the Mischief Head. But what I will try to do next is I'm going to try and drop, like I said, drop Lydia and try it with Ugo and see how it actually goes. So let me show you some of the builds. Now that we've seen that, let me just close this one. Let me show you the builds that I have on my champions. So first things first, Mithrala, I didn't change. I didn't change anything. Like I always preach on my channel, or at least I mention it pretty often whenever I'm trying to showcase something. I'm trying to use as many champions as I can in their standard build, so I don't waste too many resources, which are usually the silver or gems, resetting mastery, and so on and so forth. So Mithrala, I just used her in my immunity gear that I'm using for arena. That's it, and she has the arena masteries, as we can see. Nothing changed. So these are her masteries. I didn't change it, therefore I am happy. She has decent speed, decent survivability stats. Her kit is extremely good because she brings a Hex, which allows us to hit the Mischief Head, increase attack, increase defense on all of our team, and she also brings us a cleanse with a shield and strengthen. And some poisons on the A1. I don't even have this on book because I got lucky with the books. And this passive doesn't really work on Hydra, but her kit is pretty decent and good for this one. Lydia, again, in like random sets to have like fast and tanky with the right accuracy and resistance. This is like really good for high resistance is good for like higher difficulty. So this one with another resist lead, she will not get debuffed by anybody on brutal Hydra. Then the next champion that I used was Ninja. Ninja is in my usual build. That's a regen. And with perception, so again, I care about him having the resist and accuracy. The accuracy is a little bit lower because on Hydra you want less accuracy and more resist. But the reason why his accuracy is lower is because when I use him in my Doom Tower runs, I usually run him alongside either the Drex, which brings 70 accuracy, or the Tomb Lord, which brings 70 accuracy, and gets him to that 350 accuracy that you need for the high stages of the Doom Tower bosses. So this is why I have these stats on him. And then survivability, so he can survive. Then who was the next one? Ruel, like I mentioned. Ruel, I had him in a New King build. Oh, let me show masteries. These are the masteries I have on Ninja. Ruel, I didn't change much because again I tried to make it as much as possible same build. So this was Ruel's build. I'm just missing a chest that I used because I was trying to do brutal in the meantime. I'm just using a chest which was an HP % chest. Let me show you, let me put it on so you see roughly how the stats looked on him on that team. It was this one. I think either this or one of these two. No, it was this one. So this is my Ruel, had 30, almost 34k HP, almost 2k defense, you know, decent stats. And again, with the accuracy, I didn't really care about resist for him because if he would die, I would just keep reviving him. These were his stats. Masteries, again, same masteries, the damage masteries. He is in the same, basically he was in the same build and same masteries that I showed in a video a few days ago where I showcased Ruel smacking waves, like doing speedruns on Dragon and on Fire Knight if people don't have Seer or, you know, the Poison Explosion comes. Then I had, who was the other one? Then I had Godseeker. Godseeker I put in Relentless and Immortal, and basically I gave refresh to people as much as I could. So I had 2 pieces of refresh. Then Relentless, you want those extra turns, you want those refreshes, you want everything that can give you good RNG basically, because that's Hydra, it's lots of RNG. These are Godseeker stats. Again, decent speed. I gave a resist because I didn't want it to be debuffed. And survivability stats. Then let me see who was the last one. Last one was Mordecai. So let me see. I had Mithrala, Ruel, Lydia, Godseeker, Ninja, and Mordecai. I think I'm forgetting someone. Okay, Mordecai. I moved this gear to the other Mordecai that I just leveled up. So it was same thing. This wasn't the speed. The speed was like 225 speed. I had the resistance at like 350. Same thing. I wanted to have high resist and just the accuracy to land stuff, and same principle. Reflex and refresh gear so we can have a shot at proccing it, so we can come back with the HP burn, because we didn't bring a block buffs champion to block the, what's it called, the poison cloud. We're using this because this one, it's a place. Mordecai is insane for normal and Hydra clan boss as well, because especially when we face the head of blight that pulls the poison cloud, because he places the HP burn, so you do not have to stress about, oh my god, how can I block it. He's not as good when you're facing Wrath, because every time an HP burn ticks, Wrath gets one more tick, and then he comes back and smacks you, and if you cannot control that, then that is a problem. And the last one, let me see, who was the last one in there? Let me see, okay, Ruel, Ninja. Okay, so actually I think, yeah, we showed everybody. So those were the builds. This is the reality of Hydra. Like on the previous one, I couldn't, honestly, I didn't test that much, but it was too hard for me to do that one key on hard. Because of Wrath being there, I couldn't use the HP burn strat. So because Wrath is not on here on this one, I'm using Mordecai. I don't have Geomancer, so maybe if I had Geomancer, I could have tried it, like would have stressed and tried it more on the previous rotation where Wrath was in instead of Suffering, but I didn't. So, you know, like I said, I cannot test as much as I would like because I'm lacking the resources. Every time I level up or regear somebody, I lose silver, I lose silver, I lose silver. And I cannot afford to do that because I still have to do my usual gameplay, I still have to go for the fusion, I still have to fight in CVC. So I'm doing my best to show sometimes when I find something that I think is decent and can help people out, because I'm quite sure 95% of the community just does normal and hard Hydra. So I hope this video helps you out. I hope it gives you some more ideas of like how you can use other champions, like not just the HP burn ones. Like you saw that the Hex can be actually useful because it gives you the opportunity to actually target the Head of Mischief, which is really annoying. So if this was helpful, guys, don't forget to leave a like, drop a subscribe if you enjoyed my content, to see when I upload next, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, love you, bye.